Thomas, a disappointing start to the season. Everyone's bounced back okay?
Oh, I think so. It's not the end of the world. I know our performance was pretty average. There's heaps to work on, but at the same time, it's just round one, and a season is always a marathon and not a sprint.
What exactly do you need to work on from the weekend?
A few things. Like, we got ourselves into good areas, but we're lacking a bit of creativity in the front third, I guess. Especially there was a patch in the first half when we dominated the game, and we really need to do better there again. We need to score more goals, and we need to work on that. I guess defensively was alright, with just a few crosses and set pieces, but nothing from open play, so that's good. That's what we've been working on all pre-season, so that's positive. But then again, one major strength of Brisbane Roar was our attack, and that wasn't too good on the weekend.
No issues with confidence though, just bounced back from that, no worries?
No, not at all.
Up against the old coach this week, what's the pressure like?
It's got nothing to do with the age. It's just Victory lost their first game, we lost ours, so that adds a lot of pressure because we're going to Wellington the week after. So we really need a good result there. But whoever is their coach, I don't really care about that.
And the Victory will be missing three of their big players to international commitments. Is that a bit of a bonus for you?
Of course it is. We're missing Ricky as well, I guess. I don't know about Ivan, but football's always like that. So I guess Ange has always been about no excuses, so he'll take it and we'll take it either way.
There's going to be a lot of eyes on Rado again this week. I think that's unavoidable. As a player and as someone who's played under Ange for the last couple of years, how would you describe the Rado style? What's he brought to the club?
He's very analytical. He's always been you could call him the brain behind our success, like all the rotations and set pieces and stuff. He just loves that, and now he's in charge, and obviously it's a different job now for him, and I guess we just need to give him a bit of time as well. He made a few changes, and nothing happens overnight, and I guess when Ainge took over a couple of years ago, it took him a while to get everything the way he wanted it, and it's the same with Rado. We've changed our game plan slightly, not a massive change, but like I said, we need to keep working on that, and eventually we'll end up even being a better team than we used to be.
We don't say you're not. Sorry, mate.
No, you're right.
Say you're not playing Ange, but he's pretty limited knowledge of how you guys play. Does that get in the player's head that he knows you all so well, or how do you combat that?
It's not a big deal, really. Like I said, we can't change our style overnight, and certainly Victory can't change theirs overnight. So, he might know what we are about, what our strengths are, but I guess we're a pretty decent team still, and we got our ways to break their defence down.
Can you have some surprises for him, perhaps?
No, of course. I mean, Rado's working on it. We've been practicing it today already, so we'll have a game plan, that's for sure.
There's also a lot of attention on international imports, so Del Piero, Heskey. You've been through, I guess, a similar sort of initiation yourself. What are they going through at the moment?
Yeah, well, I'm not a big player, so I'm not some sort of Del Piero, so when I arrived it was nice and quiet, and nobody had any expectations, so you can't really compare that.
The transition, I guess, from playing overseas to the A-League, though, is that difficult?
It takes a while because, for one, it's pretty hot out here. And the league is pretty physical. Like European leagues, there's an emphasis on, I guess, technique and tactics, and here the approach, like I said, it's pretty physical.
Thomas, there's a few upsets in the first round, or at least some of the bigger clubs not doing as well. Does that show some of the other teams have really got their sights set on teams like the War, like the Victory, everyone's sort of rising up to the level?
I wouldn't fall into that trap of making judgments after round one. Let's talk again in, say, 5 or 6 weeks, because anything could happen on a day. Like we copped a late goal, but if it had been 0-0, then everybody would have been like, oh yeah, that's all right, away from home, grand final rematch, not an easy game. They started all right, now it's like, oh my god, Brisbane Roar lost their first game, so there's always a bit of uncertainty in round one, and it's not as important or as big as it looks now. And that's true for every team. Like, all right, Ainge lost his first game, and Victory lost. But again, it's round one. Just relax and wait and see what happens.
You've been through both, Thomas. You've been through the winning streaks and the long losing streaks. So after round one, I guess you're not too concerned about what's going on yet. You assess it all a bit later.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like I said, it's a marathon, and it's not about peaking early. It's about building a strong team, and yeah, like I said, we changed our style slightly, and I guess we need a bit of time to really get used to that. I guess you can compare it to golfers or tennis players when they change their technique. It doesn't happen overnight, but eventually there are benefits, and I guess defensively we are looking better already. At the moment it comes at a price, but we'll get there. There's nothing to worry about, and in the end we'll be an even stronger team.